So, hello everyone, what is up? My name is the MacDac here, and welcome to a brand new movie review. It has been a long time since I've done movie reviews because I lost interest in doing movie reviews now. But, it's time that I go ahead and give my initial thoughts for Hotel Transylvania for Transformania. As you guys already know, that I have been super stoked about this new Hotel Transylvania movie ever since hearing the news and reveal that Brian Hall was the voice of Dracula in this movie. I was actually, no joke, although I am more on the side of Adam Sandler playing Dracula, I like the idea of Brian Hall being Dracula, and after hearing his voice as Dracula, his Dracula impression, it's spot on. It's spot on. No joke, it is spot on. So, after finding out that he is the voice of Dracula in the new film, of course, I was actually interested to see how his role as Dracula will play out in the fourth film. And you guys already know, in this video, right in this corner here, if you go watch that, I talk about how in Columbus Zoo last year, I got to meet not only Tony Bancroft, but I also got to meet Brian Hall himself, and he actually did the Dracula voice for me, and it was actually like I was getting spoken by, that Dracula was speaking to me right away, and it was absolutely incredible. It was awesome meeting Brian Hall. So, without further ado, let's get on with the movie review for Hotel Transylvania 4 Transformania. It was supposed to come out last October in theaters, but then we got the delay of the film, and we got news pretty much stating that it wasn't going to theaters now, that it was going to be moving to the Amazon Prime streaming service. Although I feel like it'd be a lot more fun to go see it in the theaters, because it is fun watching those movies in the theaters. It really is. So, watching it on Amazon Prime today, minutes ago, watching Hotel Transylvania 4 Transformania on Amazon Prime, it was a different experience, because I gotta say that I am so used to watching these movies in the theaters. And, yeah, it was so weird watching this movie only on a streaming service and not in theaters. Now, is it a bad experience to watch? I didn't have a bad experience with watching the movie at all. I will be honest, though, this movie, it does have great animation. It does, like always. Sony outdoes themselves again with good animation. Sony Animation Pictures, once again, nails it, knocks it out of the park with great animation. And this movie has a different director. So, you're gonna kind of feel like this movie feels a lot more different than the previous three films we've gotten. 'Cause I think the director of the creator of the show, Dexter's Laboratory, which I think is how you pronounce the name of the show, the classic cartoon show, he's the person that created the first three Hotel Transylvania movies. And he's not the creator of the fourth film. Which is kind of crazy, though, but he is the creator of the... He did do the story of the fourth film. But he doesn't direct the fourth film. He does the story of it. And, of course, you already know what the fourth film is about. You get the whole idea of Jonathan turning into a monster because he felt left out of Dracula's family. And You get the idea of Dracula becoming human, and all the monsters that you've known in the films end up becoming human. And I gotta say, that idea for a new sequel was actually very, very interesting. And it was very cool to kind of explore. But Dracula is not the only character who's got a major, massive voice change. So, you already know pretty much Brian Hall is Dracula in the film. And this actor here is the guy that plays Frankenstein in Hotel Transylvania 4. So no, Kevin James is not in this film as Frankenstein, which is a bummer, but I'll hand it to the impersonator actor who plays as Frankenstein in this film. He did a good job capturing the same voice acting tone as Frankenstein. In the trailers, it didn't really sound spot on like Kevin James Frankenstein, but to kind of see him fully have a spot on Frankenstein, I just had to watch the full movie. And I gotta say, the new Frankenstein actor did a very good job. He did a very good job capturing the voicing of Frankenstein and how Kevin James did it. Now, I will be honest though, this film is kind of it's not the greatest Hotel Transylvania movie. I really love the first three films more. But am I saying that the fourth film is bad? No. The fourth film is not bad at all. It's okay on its own. I still had a good time with it. But there's just a lot of things that pretty much the fourth film has that kind of makes it so different than the first three films. But it's not a bad thing, though. I still had a good time. Brian Hall did a phenomenal job as Dracula in this film. It's no joke. I'm not joking here. Brian Hall is phenomenal as Dracula in this film. He is spot on, sounding like Dracula. And one thing I kind of noticed, that during the trailers, you hardly get to hear, like, Sony don't ever say that Brian Hall is Dracula in the trailers of the commercials. And that's kind of I don't know, like, it's kind of showing not so much great attention to the actor of Dracula. But I'm glad to at least see, though, that in the credits of the movie, they did include Brian Hall listed as Dracula. So that, I'm glad to see that. I'm glad to see that Brian Hall has been listed for his role in the film. Because in the trailers, they kind of don't list him at all. You just kind of hear Dracula talk in the trailers here and there, but they don't tell you who voices Dracula. And normally, the major casting lists being listed by Sony, they would list who plays Dracula. And they didn't do that with the fourth film, so that is kind of the most weirdest thing. But then again, I really liked Brian Hall's work as Dracula in the film. It was truly exceptionally amazing. I think you did a perfect job with Brian Hall. If you're watching this right now, you did an exceptionally well done job with fitting your Dracula voice spot on to Adam Sandler's Dracula voice. You killed it in this movie. You did amazing as Dracula. And again, like, I'm still blown away by your voice acting as Dracula, especially when you did your Dracula voice when I got your autograph. That was amazing. So what do I got? What is my verdict for Hotel Transylvania 4 Transformania? I will go ahead and give Hotel Transylvania for Transformania an 8 out of 10. So, yeah. It's not as good as the first three films, but it's still good on its own. And the new actors really impressed me a lot. And, of course, Brian Hull did such a phenomenal job as Dracula. If you guys just watch Hotel Transylvania 4 Transformania, what do you guys think about this film? And let me know on what your honest thoughts about this film is. Did you like it, or are you one of those people who said, this franchise is dead, this movie was never good to begin with? Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I will see you guys in my next video. The Mac Attack, signing out.